Good morning. Today feels a little hopeless, doesn't it? Looking around outside around us, you look at the news, and every day we're learning more and more about this virus. And here in St. Charles County, anyway, we're kind of watching it get closer and closer to us. And it's only a matter of time before we fully realize that even our own community is not immune, but in fact is very susceptible to this kind of outbreak for COVID-19. And on top of that, some of us maybe feel a little bit hopeless because we're looking at the next few months and wondering how we're going to make it through, especially if you're an hourly employee or somebody who isn't able to work from home, or somebody who doesn't have what the government deems as an essential job. We will find out what all the ramifications of that are in the near future. And maybe that's a reason for you to lose hope. Maybe you say, okay, well, I'm just still going to make the best of it. I'll go for a walk. And today you look outside and it's cold. It's going to start raining here pretty soon, and you can't even do that. So you're cooped up inside. You're worried about the virus. You're worried about the economy. You're worried about your personal finances. You're worried about any number of things right now. It could be very easy for us to say our hope is lost. Our hope is being snatched from us or taken away from us. And it's in times like that where it's always good to just kind of slow down a little bit, take a breath, and dive deeply into God's Word, where we find His precious truths and promises that do give us real hope. And this coming Sunday, we're going to be reading one of these. We're going to be reading this lesson, actually, Ezekiel chapter 37. It's famously the Valley of the Dry Bones. And if you haven't heard of this story before, it's a true story, we believe, and it's going to seem kind of strange to you. A really bizarre thing that happens as these bones that are scattered all over a valley floor suddenly come together and connect with tendons and flesh, and new life is breathed into death. And that is sort of an object lesson that God is showing to Ezekiel to be kind of a metaphor to say, just as I breathed new life into death here, I have the power and the ability to breathe new life and hope into whatever it is, even into our own hearts, where we feel like our hope is taken from us. God has power to breathe new life and new hope into our souls. So listen now to the prophet Ezekiel, chapter 37. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and he brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord and set me in the middle of a valley. It was full of bones. He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley, bones that were very dry. He asked me, Son of man, can these bones live? I said, O sovereign Lord, you alone know. Then he said to me, Prophesy to these bones, and say to them, Dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says to these bones, I will make breath enter you, and you will come to life. I will attach tendons to you and make flesh come upon you and cover you with skin. I will put breath in you, and you will come to life, and then you will know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I was prophesying, there was a noise, a rattling sound, and the bones came together, bone to bone. I looked, and the tendons and flesh appeared on them, and skin covered them, but there was no breath in them. And then he said to me, Prophesy to the breath. Prophesy, Son of man, and say to it, This is what the sovereign Lord says, Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe into these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath entered them. They came to life and stood up on their feet, a vast army. And then he said to me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. They say, Our bones are dried up, and our hope is gone. We are cut off. Therefore prophesy, and say to them, This is what the sovereign Lord says. O my people, I am going to open your graves and bring you up from them. I will bring you back to the land of Israel, and then you, my people, will know that I am the Lord. When I open your graves and I bring you up from them, I will put my spirit in you, and you will live. And I will settle you in your own land, and then you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken, and I have done it, declares the Lord. So now you can go about your day, through the rest of your day, knowing that your hope is not snatched away, your hope is real, because you have a powerful God who can breathe life into death itself, and who promises to rescue you and deliver you and breathe new life into you. And in him our hope is found. God bless your day.